What is up, you guys? Welcome to Pete DiCarlo Investing. Today, we're going to be talking about Walmart, which had solid earnings, up about 7% as of right now, all off the back of Outlook. You guys know in the video I did yesterday, talking about the market and some different stocks, that I'm really watching guidance going into the end of the year, especially guidance for Q4 specifically, because for most companies, retail, tech, Q4 is the best quarter. And so watching guidance is very important. If a lot of companies are coming out and not giving guidance, or giving poor guidance, it's not going to be a good sign, because the worst thing that the market hates is uncertainty. And when a company creates guidance, it shows that they're a little certain, at least, of what they think they can do in the quarter ahead. So Walmart grocery business valued its third quarter earnings and revenue, which surpassed Wall Street expectations. CFO John David Rainey said that consumers are watching how they spend and trading down cheaper items such as hot dogs and beans. Walmart's also announced $3.1 billion opioid settlement. The discounter beat Wall Street's expectations. We talked about that. So here's the actual numbers. Earnings were $1.50 per share, adjusted to $1.36 or $1.32 expected. Revenue was $152 billion versus $147 billion. Walmart posted a net loss of $1.8 billion or 66 cents per share, down profit from $3.11 billion or $1.11 per share earlier in the year. On an adjusted basis, the company reported earnings of $1.50 per share. The retailer, which also offers pharmacy services, recorded a charge of nearly $3.3 billion or $1.05 per share as a opioid-related legal charges. Along with selling groceries, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon said on a call with investors that the retailer also got a boost from the 3-month period of strong back-to-school season in the U.S. and sales events across the globe, including the Big Billion Days annual event for Flipkart, which Walmart owns a majority in the Indian e-commerce giant. The U.S. e-commerce sales grow 16% year over year, or 24% on a 2-year basis. As online sales grow, Walmart's ad business has also grown too. Its global advertising business grew more than 30% year over year, led by gains in the U.S. In the third quarter, Walmart had the highest ad spend all year for sponsored search, a type that suggests products to people as they browse online. McMillan said that the company is focused on scaling other newer businesses too, including third-party marketplaces. Pockets are stressed. Shoppers are watching how they spend. Obviously, we've seen this happening a lot more now. CFO John Rainey said that on the call with CNBC that they're buying less expensive proteins, such as hot dogs, beans, peanut butter, instead of pricier meals. They're waiting for their sales events to buy things like TVs, air fryers, and are spending less in apparel and home categories, which I will say Walmart is sort of a recession-proof type company. While they do sell like higher ticket items, during a recession, Walmart is one of those companies that will perform very well because it is a recessionary company. Like during a recession, people want to save money. They'll actually start moving from companies like Target and Kohl's to companies like Walmart. People are trading down in other categories too, he said on the call with investors. And this is always, I just want to say this is like, for me, I would say this is obvious, but for somebody who is a newer investor, these are the things you're looking at. Like, yes, consumer price index, PPI, CPI, all this data is very important when we're looking at inflation. It's very important when we're looking at consumer sentiment. But just looking at how these big retailers are giving out their earnings is very important. When you see big companies cutting their hiring process or firing and laying off people because they don't need them, or you see a company like Walmart coming out and saying like, hey, our customers are not spending as much money, or what they are spending, they're downgrading on everything. These are very important if you're somebody who is an investor looking at the economic standpoint of the country. Walmart has rolled out savings to attract those budget-minded consumers, including the typical Thanksgiving basket, has kept prices the same last year for a group of items to make the typical holiday meal. Walmart cut its profit outlook in July, aggressively marking down some merchandise as it noted consumers were buying fewer high-margin discretionary items. At the time, however, its rate is compared sales projection because of a stronger than expected grocery sales. So obviously, holidays, actually, we should go over this too. Walmart is navigating a more challenging backdrop as it gears up for the holidays. Inflation is a near 4-decade high, driving up the prices of housing, gas, and more. Competitors are dangling deep discounts to try to clear through the excess inventory that they've really been stockpiling over the past year. consumers are spending again on travel, dining out, and others experiences. Walmart gave a more conservative outlook for the holiday quarter, saying it anticipates comparable sales for Walmart to rise 3%, excluding fuel, and that is below Wall Street's expectations of 3.5. Still not bad. I'm very surprised that they would even give outlook on something like that. It's very hard, especially with how the economy currently is, and how consumers have been, buying and acting. So as of right now, Walmart's up 7%. Walmart is actually doing really well. Like if you look since January, when a lot of companies are been getting burnt this year, if we look so far year to date, just from like January of 2022, Walmart is actually up 2% on the year, which is outperforming basically most, like 95% of the entire market. So overall, really good earnings if you're an investor in Walmart. Very good. Looking at the economy, obviously everything that we had expected, I would continue to see this into the next year, and we'll see what ends up happening, guys. If you're an investor in Walmart, let me know what you think down below. As always, thanks for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.